Bio-LitI, enlighten, uncover, integrate, because life is never separate from knowledge.
Great Expectations. Charles Dickens.
Dickens and the Reverend John C. Hare Townshend, 1798 to 1868, the dedicatee of Great Expectations, first met in 1840 as fellow devotees of mesmerism, Townshend as practitioner, Dickens as avid student. The two were brought together by the Dickens's family doctor, John Eliot's son, 1791 to 1868, whose own pioneering advocacy of mesmerism cost him his professorship at London University in 1838. Townshend's life was marked by physical delicacy, which kept him from pursuing his ministry and which he cultivated. Between his first volume of verse and his second he paused for 30 years. The novelist Bulwer-Lytton, himself an enthusiastic believer, described Townshend's career as the perfect beau ideal of happiness, elegant rest, travel, lots of money, and he is always ill and melancholy. Despite their friendship, Townshend emerges from Dickens's letters as somebody perpetually engaged in guarding against catarrhs. But Townshend was totally dedicated to his scientific pursuits, his Facts in Mesmerism, a pleasingly written defense and exposition of the subject, which Edgar Allan Poe praised as a work to be valued properly in a day to come, appeared in 1840. Mesmerism proved true in 1859. In 1840, Charles Dickens met the Reverend John C. Hare Townshend, a man whose fragile body contrasted with an endlessly curious mind. Their friendship was not built upon literature alone, it was drawn together by a fascination with mesmerism, a 19th-century attempt to explain the invisible forces connecting living beings. At the time, science had not yet uncovered neurons, neurotransmitters, or the molecular language of the nervous system. Yet people were already asking an enduring biological question: how do living organisms influence one another? Today, we know that many biological interactions rely on communication rather than mysterious energies. Cells exchange chemical signals, neurons transmit electrical impulses, and hormones coordinate distant organs. Nature is a network of constant communication. One word quietly connects this scientific reality with Dickens's world: resonance. In biology, the word resonance is often used to describe synchronized or amplified responses within living systems. Although the term originally belongs to physics and chemistry, biologists use it to explain how signals become coordinated across cells, neural circuits, or even entire populations. Just as one vibrating object can influence another, biological systems can respond collectively when signals become aligned. Dickens may never have understood neurons as we do today, but his stories reveal another kind of resonance. His characters influence one another emotionally, morally, and psychologically. A single act of kindness, fear, or guilt spreads through families and communities much like a biological signal traveling through a living organism. In literature, emotions resonate. In biology, signals resonate. Perhaps this is why Dickens found mesmerism so compelling. While its original claims have not survived scientific scrutiny, the deeper question remains profoundly biological: how are living beings connected, and how does one life change another? Science seeks the mechanisms. Literature explores the experience. Together, they remind us that every discovery begins with curiosity, where biology meets literature, because every scientific word has a story, and every great story reveals the biology of life.